Greetings, everyone. Dr. Brian Scott with you. We have had quite a week of sharing with you on these podcasts. We're looking at the insights to the end times. Where are we on God's timetable? Because we're really getting close to the end. The more research I do, more studying I do on world events and where we are in the world and what's going on in the world, the more it looks as if we're on the verge. We're on the precipice. We're on the very last portion of time before everything begins to culminate and into a conclusion. And as we've said so many times in the past, this will be kicked off by the pre-tribulation rapture of the church, all the believers who qualify. In other words, you must be wise virgins, or the wise believers who are looking for it, are ready for it. Everything in your life is in agreement with that. Whereas there were also 5 foolish virgins. Same kind of situation. They were all believers, but they weren't looking for it, and they weren't ready, and they weren't prepared. So that kicks everything off, and then following that, the Antichrist is revealed, and we have the Ezekiel 38, 39 war, which may be in the early stages right now with the Hamas and Israeli war going on. But suffice it to say, we're getting really, really close to the very end, and we want to be ready and prepared. Today I want to share with you how, once again, we've been looking at world globalism and one world government and all the things that are occurring that are leading us towards that. And it's occurring everywhere in our life, and most of the time we're not aware of it. But technology is one of the leading factors in this. And what a wonderful thing it is to have one of these smartphones. These smartphones do so much for us, and they have so much computing power or so much technical ability, far more than the computers that put the first spaceship on the moon. These little smartphones have far, far more than that. And some people even have a smart watch. And they tell me that there's a smart ring coming. So who knows where this is going to end. But the technological aspect of things means that we are so interconnected, it's amazing. And this interconnected nature is spilling over into nations now. So let's just take a look at a couple of the world leaders who are really coming together to work together quite a bit. And we have Russia and China leading that list. Russia is currently in a war with the Ukraine, which has entered its second year. China is a massive force on the far side from us here in North America. And China is one of the leading nations in so many areas now. They've initiated a program called the Belt and Road Initiative. I don't know if you've heard about it, but it's a multi-billion-dollar infrastructure project that they have sourced and funded to assist 139 countries across Asia, the Middle East, South America, Africa, and Europe to build infrastructure projects or to renew or refurbish projects. Now, this was a great help, obviously, to these countries, that they would have a massive influx of money to fix bridges, build roads, and so on and so forth. But there's a hidden cost, and that cost is a relationship that's been built, and a reliance that's been built, and a loyalty that has been built to rely upon the nation that funded you. You owe it to them. So China is really playing a great game here of helping nations. Yeah, that's great, wonderful, powerful. But they're also going to demand a little bit of loyalty, if not a lot of loyalty. Now, with respect to Russia, Russia's doing something similar. They've done this with a number of different countries. They recently met with the leader of the nation of Iran and the leader of Turkey in talks together. So the Russian leader, Putin, he came together with these 2 other men. They held, council. They held a meeting together to discuss we don't know what, but you can be assured that they are working together, probably in the provision of fuel, or in the provision of arms, or just making plans to work together in the future. Russia's also been meeting with China and setting things in motion with them. So Russia, in all of these kinds of settings, they always are advancing an anti-West agenda, that all the problems in the world are caused by the West, and that would be North America, and primarily the United States, and any nation that aligns with them or works with them. So where this goes, we don't know. But these are alliances that could be very destructive or damaging or dangerous into the future. Now, they're not the only ones by any stroke of the imagination. There are nations in the world today that are known as severe dictatorships with horrendous human rights violations. And what is maybe news to all of us is that they are spending millions and millions and millions of dollars on PR firms, on management consulting firms, advertising firms to present a really nice picture of that nation to the world so the world doesn't view them as the dangerous nation they are. And it's coming to a place where there are, according to one report I read in the Bloomberg government article, said there's more than 60 PR firms in Washington or lobbyist groups in Washington who are advancing the positions of these nations. And they're talking about the 12 nations with the worst human right policies or violations in the entire world. There's 60 PR firms, lobbyist firms, working on their behalf. So we're seeing things developing here that we don't pay much attention to, but they are really, really setting up the stage for things to happen in the future. This, to me, is a really strong anti-Christ nature that's developing. And who knows what is in store, where it will go, and so on. Final point, this Hamas invasion of Israel, October the 7th, about a month and 5 weeks ago, it was sudden, it was unexpected. Israel, as I understand it, thought they were well protected with their systems, but somehow or other those systems were hacked, violated. The Hamas terrorists, thousands of them, crossed over into Israel, slaughtered people, not just killed them, but the terror oh my gracious, horrible, absolute horrible treatment. And it happened on a Sabbath day, on a Saturday, happened early in the day, about 6:30 a.m. Israel time, got everybody off guard. Absolutely horrendous. Now, they were usually well prepared. They did not expect this kind of thing to occur. They thought they had it controlled. But even Israel, with their advanced technology and everything else, it was quite evident that it was violated. So we have the world now in an uproar, claiming that Israel need to be decolonized. They need to be kicked out of the lands that the Palestinians claim have always been theirs. They haven't read their history books very well, or very deeply, or very much into the past. That's not the case. But the world doesn't seem to care. The world's just in uproar, protesting against Israel and agreeing with the Palestinians that Israel should be wiped off the map. Israel is the fig tree. Its resurrection as a nation in 1948 is the superstar or the super sign of all super signs of the end times. So, folks, we don't need a whole lot more information to know we're in the last days. We are in the last days, and we need to be those wise virgins, those wise believers who are ready and ready and ready, and I trust you are. We're going to close off the week with a couple more sessions. I look forward to seeing you then. Are you blessed? Amen. Bye.